disaster for the REY movie. No, I'm not talking about those leaks. No. Although those leaks may now have been debunked by this news story. This news story from relatively reliable source, makingstarwars.net, claims that actually there's basically no writer and no script has been handed in yet. However, there may have been previous scripts handed in, but it does say that this movie is not looking like it's going to happen for some time. So this is bad news for the REY movie. It's not bad news for people that want to watch movies, because, well, I guess it's kind of bad news. I wanted to make loads of videos on it. I got a new retro car I want to buy, but yeah, it's not good. It's interesting because it confirms what I think we all know here, which is that they, at Lucasfilm, consistently keep announcing projects in an effort to bump up their stock price. I've said it before. You guys have probably said it, I'm sure. And loads of other people have said it as well. It's not new anymore. This isn't news. You know, we've seen it time and time again. So a lot of projects get announced and they never come to fruition. Kathleen Kennedy will just keep announcing projects until the cows come home. And then they never happen. This seemingly is one of them. It may happen, of course, and I think it probably will. But this is definitely a symptom of that. So Star Wars New Jedi Order reveals that the movie may be further away than we anticipated. Now, that's not just the take-home from this. The take-home is quite how far away it is. So hit subscribe if you're new here, folks. Turn the bell notifications on. And if you like what I do here, consider supporting via Patreon, link down below, or just sending a tip via Streamlabs, because YouTube really does keep nerfing the channel. Don't know why. It goes through phases where, like, it pushes it and it's like, yeah, it's going okay, and then they go, no, your subscribers are not allowed to see your content. They might be subscribed, but we're going to hide it. That's what they do all the time. It's a pain in the arse. Anyway, do all of that, that'd be cool. So yeah, as a bit of a backstory, and this article is pretty good at summarizing it, so we'll cover this. Lucasfilm revealed plans for 3 new movies, even though now they've bumped that up to 4. And again, coincidentally, they've done that immediately before a shareholders call. So what am I referring to? They announced at Star Wars Celebration last year, they announced the REY movie, a Dave Filoni movie, and a James Mangold movie, right? So those are the movies that we know about. Then they've also just announced recently Mandalorian and Grogu movie, immediately just before a shareholders call. Conspiracy theory? I think not. I think it's pretty much confirmed at this point in time. So they announced all of them, and then they've got this 4th one on the way as well. And there's been loads of others, right? So the James Mangold was going to be a prequel movie. Dawn of the Jedi. Dave Filoni's movie was going to be like Heir to the Empire. And then Sharmina Bae-Chinoy's REY project was going to be set during the New Jedi Order period. These are still happening, apparently, but Jedi Order, the REY movie, is way down the line. So apparently Stephen Knight, who allegedly took over, and you'll see why I'm saying that in a minute, allegedly took over the movie scripting anyway from Damon Lindelof early last year, supposedly hasn't even turned in a draft of the screenplay. Now, that's not a massive surprise, because of course there's been a strike. But also, it can't be that far off, surely. Especially if you're announcing it, you'd think you'd have the bones of it ready to go. So, in that time since the strike's been finished, he still hasn't handed in a screenplay. That's not good. Now, according to Making Star Wars, there could be a reason that The Mandalorian and Grogu is now being lined up as the Star Wars movie to arrive in theatres since 2019, The Rise of Skywalker. So they said this: "Today I was told that Stephen Knight hasn't written it. He hasn't got to get to it. The scheduling and the stars did..." This sounds like he's off of it, by the way. "The scheduling and the stars did not align. Stephen Knight was simply the guy they picked up, and who they could get in that moment, and it never lined up. I'm not saying that he's off of it. I'm saying that he's going to write it or not going to write it. I don't know. Oh, I'm not saying he's going to write it or not going to write it. I mean, it sounds like he's off of it, doesn't it? Sounds like he's not there. And you'd think it wouldn't be that difficult to get this done, really? I don't think so. Lindelof and Justin Britt Gibson were originally writing this movie. And this is still the same movie, by the way, because the Lindelof and Justin Britt Gibson movie was the one which they hired Shamina Baid Chinoy for. She's still on it. It's the same film. Yeah, it's really weird. So they left, obviously. Lindelof. Not that they would have been any better, but they left. And then you got Stephen Knight jumping on, and then boom, strike. Now, Stephen Knight was supposed to turn in a draft by mid-May. And there were rumours and rumblings at the time that he might not hit that date, and with a strike lasting from May 2nd until September 27th, sorry. Delays have inevitably followed. But I mean, it's not that much. I mean, it's stopped now. We're into a new year. Come on. You can get moving, surely. And this is why those leaks are not 100% false, because REY had said she's read she hasn't read a script, but she knows a story. She goes, I know the storyline for one film. That's not to say that's all it is, but that's what I was told about, and I imagine it will be the next film, I think. I mean, again, I don't know post-strikes and everything, how quickly everything will start up, but yes, so far, I know the story of one film, and I think people will be very excited. So they have a story, a script treatment, an outline, but they've got no script. And I'll bet you anything, they're just basing this simply off of the Damon Lindelof one as well. So what it sounds like to me. 15 years after the events of Skywalker, REY's going to be building a new Jedi Order. Just garbage. But this is bad news. I mean, well, it's not bad news. No, it is bad news, because, again, I want a new car. So, it's just not good. This is just Lucasfilm announcing stuff left, right, and centre. I've been saying this many, many times. They just keep announcing stuff. It's so bizarre. Stop announcing stuff, for goodness sake. Just stop it. You announce stuff very obviously to boost your share prices. Everyone can see it. Everyone can see it. So there you go. Is it cancelled? No. Will it get cancelled? Definitely not, because Kathleen Kennedy loves this character. I just want to shove that down your throat until you choke on it. It's just ridiculous. So anyway, drop your thoughts down below. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.